Hello, welcome to Dungeon. Fuck. We'll just keep going. Welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. So today, we're finally doing it. We're reviewing Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, which came out in 1985. Horror mystery films, hour 32 minutes. Directed by Danny Steinmann. With John Shepard as Tommy Jarvis, Melanie Kinnaman as Pam Roberts, Juliet Cummings as Robin Brown, Dominic Raska as Joey, and Tiffany Helm as Violet, and Corey Feldman's in the movie for a little bit. So, if people don't know, months ago or last summer, I don't even know when I did it, I reviewed the first 4 Friday the 13th movies. I think it was last summer I did this, and you know, yesterday I got some pretty hilarious news, and then immediately karma struck, and we got bad news. The lockdown in the province I live in got extended for another. It was supposed to end next week. Got extended for another 3 fucking weeks. God damn it. So I'm like, fuck. I'm stuck at home for another 4 weeks, man. God, suckers. Well, I still do shit during the week, man. I still got side jobs, but it's like, god damn it, man. But so I figured, fuck, it's practically summer, so let's just review the other 4 movies that I had in the Friday the 13th 8 movie collection Blu-ray that I bought, which comes with the first 8 movies. Which, if you want to find the 4 reviews for the last 4 movies, just do a search on my channel. You should find it. At some point, I'll go through my channel and create a horror movie review playlist. But I'll get it done someday. So the movie starts off with Kid Corey Feldman as young Tommy Jarvis, who defeated Jason Voorhees in the last film in a really brutal fucking way. Like, I think he even cut his head off, right? And he's visiting the grave at night when 2 teenagers show up. And the teenagers in this film, by the way, look old as fuck. Just saying. And they dig up the corpse, and apparently Jason Voorhees was buried with a weapon in each hand, and immediately kills both kids. Climbs out of his grave and immediately attacks our boy Tommy Jarvis, and he wakes up and he's a man. He's grown up now. Still looks like the 80s. Even though, like, by now it should be like, it should be what, 2000 or whatever. But still, he's a grown man now, but still looks like the 80s. Even though, yeah, it should be at least like 90s or 2000, which this movie came out in 85. So he's getting sent to this loony bin in this small town, this loony bin is a very liberal loony bin. It's pretty much like you have these 2 young people who I guess they're supposed to be psychiatrists who are running this place, and the other people who are living at this place are just horny young people, and the caretaker and his grandson, Reggie the Reckless, who's like the comedy relief for this movie. And there's also this kid named Joey, this fat kid named Joey, who super annoying, tries to help the girls, some of the girl characters help with the laundry, but he literally has a half-eaten like chocolate bar in one hand, and his face and like hands are covered in chocolate. Dirties up their laundry. Gets told to fuck off. Goes to help this dude with anger issues. Chops some wood. Pisses him off to the point. Annoys him and pisses him off to the point where the dude just starts hacking with the axe. And when I saw this in the movie, I'm like, what the fuck, is this another dream sequence? Right? And it turns out, no, this really happened. The dude killed the fat dude. And like, when you see his corpse, like his arm was chopped off, apparently. It was like, what did that happen? Because he like struck him from behind, right? So yeah, after that, despite this traumatic events that happened, where like they saw one of their own kill the fat guy brutally with an axe, the rest of the group just pretends like everything's normal. Tommy Jarvis in this movie, he almost comes off like a Halloween character, because like, because like, if you ever seen the Halloween films, you have the survivors of the Halloween films like constantly like you will be like traumatized, and we'll see like, you know, Michael Myers randomly, and then they'll close their eyes and like they realize, oh, they just imagined it. The same thing happens with Tommy Jarvis, to the point where when he actually does see Jason Voorhees right in front of him in the movie, and it's real, he thinks it's another illusion, even though his friends are telling him to run away, Tommy, run away. Which, like, Tommy Jarvis in this movie acted like a fucking badass, gets in several fights in the film, so you're expecting him to, like, fight Jason in this movie, have this badass fight, and it doesn't happen, despite the fact that he's ripped in this movie, and he's, like, you've seen him beat the shit out of, like, 3 other people in this movie, right? Which I thought was, like, what a fucking letdown. But overall, I did enjoy the movie. There's some really cool scenes. There's some really cool deaths in the movie. Though, like, some of the gore effects in the movie, I thought were a little lame compared to other scenes, right? In the previous movies, where like you saw a guy get his throat like slashed, and there's hardly any blood that came out, which is like, holy shit, man. In one of the previous movies, they were gushing like a blood fountain, man, right? But there are some cool scenes, like you have Jason kills one guy with a flare. You had like I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of another one. You have the infamous scene where Miguel Núñez Jr. as Demon is taking a shit in a porta potty, and he's like, you know, singing like a song to his like girlfriend, which Jason kills, and then he just like stabs him to death with a spike pole, which was pretty cool. Yeah, there's cool deaths throughout the movie, where like you even have one scene where like Jason like ties a dude to a tree, and then just with this leather strap and this with a stick just like tightens up the leather strap to a point where he crushes the dude's skull. And in this movie, I wondered if this movie first came out in 3D, because like, you have the title sequence where it just pops out at you, which I wondered if they put this movie out in 3D because of that. And there's also lots and lots of titties in this movie compared to the other like movies. Oh my god! I think you got like in some of the other films, you only had like 1 or 2 girls like get naked. Here, pretty much almost every adult character gets naked, including one of the caretakers of the fucking loony bin, who she doesn't get naked, but like it's raining in the final scene, and she's wearing a white shirt, and you just see everything. It's like, oh my god, dude, none of the girls in this film wear bras. Like, oh my god, this is fucking awesome, right? Though I'm gonna be honest, I did find like some of the characters in this film kind of like, you know, not as cool as some of the other characters in some of the previous films, like in like Friday the 13th Part 2 and Part 4. There's this one guy who's like main characteristic is that he stutters, and there's this funny scene where like he's watching a movie with the girl he likes and he's like, you know, trying to like, despite the fact he's never even kissed this girl, he's trying to like ask this girl, hey, will you have sex with me? Gets super rejected, and he goes to try to hit on the Madonna looking chick in the movie, which I think was, what was her name again? Violet? Yeah, like there's this Madonna looking chick. Gets like shut down from her without even making, like, you know, without even saying a word, which I thought was funny. Also, there's this like redneck woman, middle-aged woman in the film, which didn't even look that old, and she has like this dumb son with a motorcycle who just constantly repeats everything she says. So there was, I guess, some comedic relief with them, but I didn't really find it funny. I just found it kind of annoying, right? And if you're wondering if Jason Voorhees is in this film, yes and no. If it's the real Jason Voorhees. Spoiler alert, it was a fake Jason Voorhees, and then Jason Voorhees actually shows up at the end of the movie, and or it's like the ghost of Jason Voorhees, and he possesses Tommy Jarvis, and you see him about to kill somebody, and the movie ends, which kind of lame. Which they did like, did they rip that off from Halloween 5? I wonder when like Halloween 5 came out. Cause that happened in wait, was it Halloween 5 or Halloween 4 did that happen? I can't remember. Cause like, yeah, they totally. Oh no, Halloween 4 came out like a couple years later. Okay. But yeah, that Halloween 4 had a similar ending. But yeah, so like it turns out they talk of, like, apparently the Jason Voorhees of this movie is just a guy pretending to be Jason Voorhees. It was the fucking paramedic. When I saw it was the paramedic, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then you have the sheriff at the end of the movie go to like Pam Roberts, one of the survivors, and tells him like, oh yeah, he was secretly the father of Joey. When he saw Joey all chopped up, he got the idea to, like, you know, impersonate Jason Voorhees and kill them all. Which, like the new hockey mask and the shape of his head kind of, like, you know, made me think, oh, is this one of the fake Jason Voorhees that I've heard about? But it's a thing where it's like the 80s, and like the 80s is known for their like, some of the 80s horror movies are known for their shitty practical effects. So like, I wasn't certain, but yeah, this is one of the Friday the 13th where you had like a fake Jason. So overall, I did enjoy this movie. I'm surprised. I heard this movie sucked, and I actually really enjoyed this film. So like, a lot of random characters in this movie that they just throw out at you just for Jason Voorhees to kill. Like the two, like the middle-aged cokehead and the waitress, which I really loved that scene. That was hilarious. She just randomly she's trying to get ready to go out with her like cokehead boyfriend. She just randomly flashes the mirror with her titties. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god, that was fucking awesome. Yeah, so I actually enjoyed this film, and I don't know why it has such a low rating online. I'm giving it like a 6.5 out of 10. So we'll probably put out part 6 review next Friday. I gotta finish up Gurren Lagann. So my Gurren Lagann review for tomorrow, which I know I said my next movie review was going to be Green Lantern DC animated review, I already finished the video. I just, you know, I don't want to put out too much content at once. So I'll put that one out on, like, Sunday. Alright, guys, peace.